Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Shannon and today I'm filming a very big book unboxing. There's no way that I'm going to be able to hold these up to show you guys because they are so heavy, but as you can see here I do have a stack of parcels that I've accumulated over the past few days, and so I thought why not just sit down in front of the camera and unbox it for you guys. Before we dive into the video though, please make sure to check that you are subscribed to my channel, and also don't forget to click the little bell icon so you don't miss any future videos from me. I feel like this is going to be a very long video, so without further ado let's just dive into the unboxing. I am just going to go with the first one that I see, so that'll be this one. So the first book I have to show you guys is Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab, and this is actually the third book in her middle grade series. Because it's the third book I can't tell you much about it, but I can tell you about the first one, City of Ghosts. In City of Ghosts we follow a girl named Cassidy Blake, and one day after a near fatal accident she realises that she can see ghosts. The ironic thing about that though is that her parents are actually ghost hunters, and they get roped into doing a TV show in Edinburgh all about the city's history with ghosts. Whilst there though, Cassidy does find herself in a very dangerous situation. There seems to be a ghost that wants its revenge, and she ultimately has to try and stop this ghost from doing what it wants to do. I believe that Victoria Schwab has said that this is going to be the last book in the series for a while. I do think she's taking a break from writing middle grade to focus on other books, so I am really hoping that there's no sort of cliffhanger in this. I do want to get to it soon, but I might save it till October. I feel like that's around the time I read the other two books and I had a really good time doing that, and of course it gives you all the spooky vibes, which is perfect for Halloween time. Next up I'll go for this one. Let's see if I can open this one on the first try. Of course not. I don't know if you can tell what it is just by that, but this is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. This is the second book in the Last Hour series by her, and I had such an amazing time reading Chain of Gold that I had to pre-order this one. I haven't actually read the synopsis for this one, and I don't think I'm going to because I really don't want to be spoiled for anything that's going to happen in this book. I would rather just dive in and experience it for myself. I'm not going to go into too much detail on what this book is about because it is way down the line of Cassandra Clare's Shadowhunter books, and I don't really want to spoil anyone on the plot of this if you haven't read the other books. Just know that it is a Shadowhunter book. I'm very excited for it. I do think that I'm going to film a spoiler-filled vlog for this, so definitely expect that soon. But yeah, this is such a beautiful book and I'm so glad to finally have it in my hands. Next up we have this one, which is a lot thinner actually, so I'm excited to see what is in here. Okay, so the book that was in that box is Stags by M.A. Bennett. I've heard so many people talk about this book. I've heard such mixed opinions on it that it really did intrigue me, and so when I saw it for £2 on Amazon I just had to buy a copy. I honestly have no idea what this book is actually about, and it doesn't really give anything away in the synopsis either, but I will just read it out to you guys just so you have some sort of idea what this is about. It says, I turned the card over, RSVP to who? There's no name on it. You were invited to spend Justitium at Longcross Hall, Cumberland. Coaches departing STAGS at 5 PM Friday, RSVP. There are some invitations you just shouldn't accept. Greer MacDonald doesn't know that yet. And then it does just say at the bottom, a thriller that twists and turns right to the end. I've definitely been wanting to read more thrillers lately, and because of the whole mixed opinion things around this book, I can't wait to read it and see what my opinions are going to be. Next up we have another very thin one, and in that one was The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This is one that I've heard so many people rave about that, again, when I saw it at a discounted price I just had to buy it. I know Joe from Joannotations and Carys from Carys's Corner recently read this and they both really enjoyed it, so I'm definitely looking forward to diving into this. On the back of this one it does just say, Nora's life has been going from bad to worse. Then at the stroke of midnight on her last day on Earth she finds herself transported to a library. There she is given the chance to undo her regrets and try out each of the other lives she might have lived, which raises the ultimate question, with infinite choices, what is the best way to live? That sounds so interesting to me. I'm a firm believer in fate and that everything happens for a reason, so to be able to read a book like this and to see where someone might have ended up if she had made different choices in her life is just going to be really thought-provoking. This is actually my first book by Matt Haig as well, so I'm excited to see how I gel with his writing style. He is a very popular author and I am really hoping I'm going to love this one. Next up we have a very chunky box, so I'm excited to see what is in this one. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this. So as you can tell, this is another copy of Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare, but this is the beautiful Waterstones exclusive edition. I completely forgot that I'd pre-ordered this. I had a bit of a meltdown the other day because I was really upset that I wasn't going to be getting it. And then I actually got an email through saying that my pre-order had been dispatched. So it turns out I did pre-order it and just completely forgot about it. So thank you very much to Past Me. I'm not going to talk much more about this book though because we did unbox another copy of Chain of Iron earlier on in the video, but this is just an absolutely stunning edition edition. It also has a signed little print on there as well, which I do really like, and it does have a bonus story featuring Magnus and Jem at the back, so I'm really glad that I actually bought this one. Next up we have this extremely thin package, so let's just dive into it. So this book is actually part of a very big Waterstones order that I did, and they must have just sent this one by itself for some reason, but this one is Letter from Birmingham Jail by Martin Luther King Jr. This is one I've been wanting to pick up for a while now. It is part of the Penguin Modern collection. They're only £1, and so when I saw this one on the website I decided to pop it in my basket. And then it does say on the back, this landmark missive from one of the greatest activists in history calls for direct, non-violent resistance in the fight against racism and reflects on the healing power of love. I think this is going to be a very important and powerful read. It is only short as well, so this will definitely take me less than a day to get through. I am constantly trying to educate myself on these topics, and I'm very, very interested to read Martin Luther King Jr.'s own words. Next up we have this box right here. It does say that it's from Waterstones, so I believe that this is the other part of the order that I placed. Yep, it is, and I'm just going to pull the books out and show them to you guys. The first one that I bought is Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Elston. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and so when I saw this exclusive edition on Waterstones with the silver sprayed edges, I just had to pick it up. Oh my gosh, I didn't realise it was signed. It says that it's a limited signed edition, which is so cool. I did not know that. I actually know nothing about this book. I bought it based on everyone else's recommendations. I'm not going to read the full synopsis because I don't want to be spoiled for it. Again, I feel like this is one that I just want to pick up and dive into, but I will just read you what it says on the back. So it says, I didn't even know that real magic existed until yesterday. If having magic makes me a magician, and magicians are the enemies of the supernatural world, then what's going to happen to me now? That alone just sounds so intriguing to me, and I definitely feel like I'm going to pick this book up in the next month or two. Next up we have The Girl King by Mimi Yu. This is one that I've had my eye on for years, and again I was doing this order on Waterstones, and the whole point of this order was to read books that I've been putting off buying or to read books that have been recommended to me, and so I decided it was finally time to purchase this one. Again, it's one I don't really know too much about, but can we just appreciate how stunning that cover is, please? For this one it says, All hail the Girl King. Your greatest enemy is closer than you think. Princess Lu is destined to become the first female emperor. Her sister Min is reserved to a life in her shadow. When their father declares their male cousin heir instead, his betrayal changes everything. Determined to reclaim her birthright, Lu goes on the run. Her path crosses with Nokai, the last surviving wolf shapeshifter. Forced into an uneasy alliance, they're going to need an army to take back the throne. Back in court, Min discovers her hidden power. It's a forbidden deadly magic that could allow Min to claim the throne for herself. But there can only be one emperor, and the sisters' greatest enemy could turn out to be each other. Wow, that sounds absolutely amazing. I love that there are shapeshifters in here and dark magic, so I feel like this is going to be a very dark fantasy book, which I'm definitely here for. I really do want to read some more of those types of books, and I'm very excited to start that off by reading this one. Next up we have Beartown by Frederick Bachman. This book is so much chunkier than I was expecting. It's almost 500 pages long, and for some reason I thought it was going to be about 300 pages. So yeah, that's a massive shock, but I'm here for it. I bought this book solely off of Jo from Jo Annotations' recommendation. I think she was reading another Frederick Bachman book on a live with me, and she highly recommended that I read Beartown by him. Again, it's another one I know nothing about, so I will just read you the synopsis. I feel like for the rest of the books in this haul I will probably read you the synopsis because I genuinely have no clue what they're about. For this one it says, Beartown is a small town in a large forest. For most of the year it's under a thick blanket of snow, experiencing the kind of cold and dark that brings people closer together or pulls them apart. Its isolation means that Beartown has been slowly shrinking with each passing year, but now the town is on the verge of an astonishing revival. A bright new future is just around the corner, until the day it's all put in jeopardy by a single brutal act. It divides the town into those who thinks it should be hushed up and forgotten, and those who'll risk the future to see justice done. At last it falls to one young person to find the courage to speak the truth that it seems no one else wants to hear. With the town's future at stake, no one can stand by or stay silent. Everyone is on one side or the other. Which side would you be on? Again, another one that just sounds so intriguing to me. I love a mystery book in a snowy setting, so this should be perfect. I actually think I'm going to be reading this next month. Rachel from Rachel Carys put up a poll on Twitter recently asking which book she should read this month, and Beartown was one of the options, so I voted for it and said, I've ordered that book and it's coming soon. Would you want to buddy read it? And she said yes, but this month we are quite busy, and so we decided to push it to April instead, just so that we can give it our full attention and that we can discuss it properly. So I'm very excited to dive into this one, and it will be very soon as well, so definitely keep an eye out for that in my weekly reading vlogs. Then we have 450 from Paddington by Agatha Christie. If you keep up with my videos or have watched my latest book haul, you'll know that I am slowly collecting the Miss Miss Marple books by Agatha Christie. I do eventually want to get all of her books, but I am just focusing on the Miss Marple mysteries for now, just because it's more manageable and I am trying to read one a month. I believe this is the 8th book in that mystery series. I've read 4 of them so far and I've really enjoyed my time reading them, so I cannot wait to dive into more. I think I still have 5 or 6 books that I need to buy after this one, so they'll definitely be popping up in some book hauls in the future. But for this one it says, for an instant the 2 trains ran together side by side. In that frozen moment, Elspeth witnessed a murder. Helplessly, she stared out of her carriage window as a man remorselessly tightened his grip around a woman's throat. The body crumpled, then the other train drew away. But who apart from Jane Marple would take her story seriously? After all, there were no suspects, no other witnesses, and no corpse. I have watched the BBC adaptation of this and I really did enjoy it, so I'm very excited to dive into the story and experience it in its original form. I do have a few books I need to read before I get to this one though, but I am really glad to have it in my collection. Next up we have The Honjin Murders by Seishi Yokomizo. I believe this is a Japanese murder mystery and I first heard about this in Spoops from Spoopy Hall's Read the World video. I will leave that link down below for you guys if you want to check it out. It is absolutely amazing. I love that whole series so much. And actually the next book I'm going to show you guys is also one that I got because Spoops read it in that video and it sounded so intriguing, so if you've seen that video you probably know what's coming next. For this one it says, in the winter of 1937 the village of Okamura is abuzz with excitement over the forthcoming Ichiyanagi wedding. But amid the gossip there is also a worrying rumour. It seems a sinister masked man has been asking questions around the village. Then, on the night of the wedding, the Ichiyanagi household are woken by a terrible scream, followed by the sound of eerie music. Death has come to Okamura, leaving no trace but a bloody samurai sword thrust into the pristine snow outside the house. Soon, amateur detective Kosuke Kindaichi is on the scene to investigate what will become a legendary murder case. But can this scruffy sleuth solve a seemingly impossible crime? I've been desperately looking for more murder mystery books lately and this just sounded like something I would really enjoy, so I'm very glad to have it in my collection now and I am hoping to get to it very soon. And then the next book I got is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is a beautiful book. It actually has glitter on the cover, which is so cool, and it is also a paperback with the little flaps, which I absolutely love. For this one it says, in a small back alley in Tokyo there is a cafe which has been serving carefully brewed coffee for more than 100 years. But this coffee shop offers its customers a unique experience, the chance to travel back in time. In Before the Coffee Gets Cold we meet 4 visitors, each of whom is hoping to make use of the cafe's time-travelling offer in order to confront the lover who left them, receive a letter from their husband whose memory has begun to fade, see their sister one last time, and meet the daughter they never got the chance to know. But the journey into the past does not come without risks. Customers must sit in a peculiar seat, they cannot leave the cafe, and finally they must return to the present before the coffee gets cold. Toshikazu Kawaguchi's beautiful moving story explores the age-old question, what would you change if you could travel back in time? More importantly, who would you want to meet, maybe for one last time? That sounds very similar to The Midnight Library to me. I'm very excited to see where each story goes. This is also a very short book. It's just over 200 pages, so I feel like this is one that I will sit down and read in one sitting, and I really do want to get to it soon because it just sounds so intriguing to me. And then lastly in that order we have Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. I've wanted to buy this book for such a long time, but I really wanted the Nice Waterstones exclusive edition. The last time I checked it was sold out, but as I was doing this order I happened to see that it was back in stock, and so I popped it in my basket. So this has blue sprayed edges, which is beautiful. If you don't know, blue is my favourite colour, so I just had to get this one. This is a very hyped book on BookTube at the minute, and I really wanted to buy this book and experience the story for myself. For this one it says, when Amira is apprehended at a supermarket for kidnapping a white child she's actually babysitting, her employer Alex resolves to make things right. So begins a crash course that will upend everything they think they know about themselves, each other, and the messy dynamics of privilege. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a very important read. It's definitely going to be an eye-opening one, and I really cannot wait to read this book, and I feel like it's just going to be one that has a massive impact on me. You'll be pleased to know that we have finally come to the last box in this unboxing, and I do actually know which books are in this one. I'm not sure if you can see, but we do have some Fairy Loot tape on it, which is very exciting. I have been putting off opening this box until I could get my reaction on camera because I feel like these books are just going to take my breath away. So in that box we actually have the Fairy Loot exclusive editions of the An Ember in the Ashes series by Sabaa Tahir. And guys, these are absolutely beautiful. You can see the sprayed edges there, but let me just show you the main event. Oh my gosh, they're just absolutely stunning. Like I said, these are Fairy Loot exclusive editions. I believe this is the only way you could get all the books in hardcover, and it's a series that I've always wanted to read, but I just haven't gotten around to it, and now I have no excuse. I can sit down and binge them, which I'm so excited for. So we have the first book, An Ember in the Ashes, and that does have yellow sprayed edges. Then we have the second book, A Torch Against the Night, which has these stunning blue sprayed edges. The third book is A Reaper at the Gates, and that has these beautiful green sprayed edges. And then the fourth and final book, and the newly released book, is A Sky Beyond the Storm, from, and this just has the most gorgeous purple sprayed edges. These are all signed by the author as well, which is so cool. And like I said, I've been meaning to pick up these books for so long, and so to have this stunning set now is just absolutely perfect. I do plan on filming a reading vlog for this series, so definitely let me know if you guys would be interested in that. Also, please do let me know if you'd like one vlog for each book, if you'd like them all in one vlog, and also if you'd want a spoiler-filled vlog or a spoiler-free vlog. I would love to know. But wow, these are absolutely beautiful. Fairy Loot is just smashing it at the minute, and I'm so glad I managed to snag up these copies. Right, so that is it for this book haul, guys. I bought all of these amazing books, which I'm so excited to get to. Not gonna lie to you, these are so heavy, so I will probably put them down now, but seeing all the books stacked on top of each other, I went very crazy this month. Probably won't be doing an order this big again anytime soon, but these are ones that I've had my eye on for so long, and I'm so glad to finally have them in my collection now. Please do let me know which ones you think I should prioritize. There are definitely a few that I will get to before others, but I'm just so happy with this stack of books, and thank you to everyone who recommends these to me on lives or my videos or anything like that. I do always look into your guys' recommendations, and every now and again I do just splurge and buy all the books that I've been hearing about. So yeah, that is definitely what happened this month. I wasn't expecting to buy this many books at all. My bank is definitely not happy about it, but self-care is important, guys, and buying books makes me happy, so there we are. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button as well as the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. It truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!